Because timing is everything, we're bringing back our monthly release radar video just in time for October of 2023, the month that every developer you've ever heard of has decided to drop their games all at once in the world's most fun mini-car pileup. Let's fantasize about having an infinite pile of money and an extra day in the week as we count out 10 games that should be on your radar this month. After the somewhat rocky reception of its previous entry, the debut of the series' brand spanking new Third Dimension, Disgaea 7 looks to both return the franchise to what fans love about it most, while shaking up the core plot formula for the first time since 2. Players will control new characters Fuji and Perilika in the feudal Japan-inspired demon realm of Hinamoto, on a quest for redemption and the fight against tyranny. Spinning off from Xseed's popular Rune Factory franchise, Silent Hope takes place in a fantasy world where language itself has been stolen away by evil forces. It's up to a party of intrepid heroes to dive deep into the dungeon and take back their words. The game is a hack-and-slash action RPG that has players enhancing their home base through crafting, to give them the resources to plunge further and further into the depths. Bringing back Sonic's original designer for the first time since Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast, Superstars is set to capitalize on the true strength of the series by marrying the 2.5D perspective of previous Sonic titles with the feel of the classic Genesis games. The side-scrolling sections of the last several games have been the most beloved, so focusing the new entry on this updated look for old-school gameplay feels like a total no-brainer. According to its developers, Inescapable isn't a death game, or more accurately, it isn't just a death game. It's about how 6 months and the most insane circumstances you can imagine might change you. This significantly choice-driven social survival visual novel drops the player character Harrison and 10 strangers off at an isolated island resort, where there are no rules, only 2 goals: to entertain the legions of people watching their every move, and to make it out alive. This Danganronpa meets Big Brother story is sure to spin some heads. The long-anticipated full release of a wildly popular early access title is finally here, coming to home consoles and Steam. World of Horror is an extremely retro-styled adventure RPG telling the story of a world on the brink of falling to Lovecraftian madness, with the player being tasked to delay that inevitable conclusion, or die trying. The game's distinctive aesthetic and modern horror take on the Cthulhu mythos have had PC players hooked for years, and now console gamers can finally experience this gruesome tale. One of the most anticipated titles of the generation, Insomniac's newest outing for everyone's favorite bug ditches the PlayStation 4 and looks to deliver a massively expanded experience. With multiple playable characters, a bigger city than ever, and even better web-slinging than before, Spider-Man 2 has its sights set on that Game of the Year award for sure. One of the biggest surprises on this list, Wonder will be the first new two-dimensional Mario title in over a decade. It's looking to seriously shake up the formula that gamers grew tired with during the Wii days by introducing brand new powers and mind-bending level mechanics to take the series to places it's never been before. Elephant Shape Activate! This post-apocalyptic action RPG from developer Furyu stars 3 playable female mechanical characters, all wishing not only to survive in a broken world, but to become real humans. Of course, as in any story about robots attempting to find their humanity, players should prepare for a story that will demand you have a tissue box handy, you know, in case the word cry in the title didn't tip you off already. This hotly anticipated collection will finally bring this legendary series onto modern platforms, debuting with titles that haven't been seen since the PlayStation 3 days. Remastering the original Metal Gear titles as well as Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, though this is still the original version of MGS, not the GameCube remake, this updated set will also include a massive trove of behind-the-scenes material to deliver the ultimate Metal Gear experience. Ever since 2019's Control finally broke developer Remedy Entertainment into the AAA mainstream, players have been waiting to see what's next for the strange, scientifically supernatural universe that the game solidified. When the game's heavy ties to previous title Alan Wake generated a huge amount of interest in that cult classic, enough to get the game remastered for current platforms, fans have been hopeful for a long-awaited sequel. Now, that sequel is finally arriving, and Remedy are calling it their first real take at survival horror, with multiple playable characters and a much spookier tone than its predecessor. And that's our list. What's your biggest game going to be this month? What did we forget to include? What's the square root of 10? Please sound off in the comments and let us know what you think.
Voice Pixel.